In this last section, I want to both wrap up the mindfulness techniques that we've discussed so far and compare them to the last category of mindfulness techniques. So most of the things that we've been encountering or been discussing so far are what's called informal mindfulness practices. So these are things that you can incorporate into everyday life. And these are very important because they allow us to have brief moments of peace and solace in our everyday life. But there's another side, there's another category of things. They're called formal practices. And formal practices are what we in the West typically think of when we think of mindfulness. So it's the person sitting cross-legged and meditating on a mountaintop or on a beach or something. These are the things that we're thinking of when we're thinking about meditation and mindfulness, right? But what makes those practices work are incorporated into the informal practices. The benefit of a formal practice is that it acts as a supercharger to your informal practice. If you do the same thing at the same time every day, you can then call back to those experiences when you do your informal practice. The formal practice has been you sit, you do your deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation or your standing posture for 10 to 20 minutes a day. You'll do it in the morning, you'll do it at night, and you'll do that every day. And after about 6 months, you'll have really great results. But it's turtle medicine as opposed to rabbit medicine, as my teacher used to say. So it takes time to build up. If you then use your informal practice to call back to the deep breathing that you did in your formal practice, you'll start seeing results a little bit faster. I'll also like to say that what makes the formal practice so powerful is that you're doing it at the same time for the same amount of time every day. It kind of helps create what's called a change ritual. And if you don't know what a change ritual is, it's the idea that you do a couple of things to help your mind and your body do the things that you want to be doing. For example, a formal practice might include sitting for 15 minutes, practicing on your breathing. To help that occur, what I might do, I'll do my stretching, I'll do some 10 deep breaths, I'll ring a bell. And those three things kind of help get my body and my mind in the frame of reference that now I am going to be doing meditation, mindfulness practice for 15 minutes, as opposed to worrying about the bills, as opposed to getting ready for work. Right now, I'm sitting and breathing and focusing on that. And I'm going to do that for 15 minutes. And that's it. That's how the change ritual happens. Once I do those things, I associate those things with my mindfulness practice. Similarly, when I do my informal practice, if I can call back to my formal practice, I can then use that as part of the change ritual. I can use my formal practice as part of how I can incorporate my informal practice into my everyday life.